Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray and this is Rachel Ray Fiber Arts, a channel where I share my cross stitch and knitting and sometimes crochet progress with you. And if you're interested in checking out past videos, I'll make sure that I have a little eye thingy pop up here in the corner so that you can check out my previous videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're having a wonderful day so far. Before I get started, I don't have much progress to share with you today. I have been very busy, so at the end of this episode I will share a little bit about what's been going on and why I have not made much progress. But before we get started, there is something that I want to put out there because in the rush to make the last video, I did not share my opinion on this, and that is what's happening in Gaza and Palestine. And for those of you who know me well, you probably didn't need me to say anything, but I think it's really important that people who have channels make themselves clear, because this isn't a situation where I think you should leave it open to interpretation. It's really clear to me that what the Israeli government is doing to the people of Palestine is inhumane, and I do not stand for that. I do understand that there's a lot of nuance in that, especially in the early days when, now this has been going on for decades, and it's 75 plus years, but in the lead up the attacks that happened in early October, it felt like it was really difficult for anyone to say anything without seeming like they were anti-Semitic or against Jewish people, which I am not. But I think that there's a lot to be said, and I am not a very good orator on these sorts of things, but I'm going to leave links down in the description box. Things like there's a emergency relief fund that's being hosted that I really believe in, and I think that you should check it out if you are if you are able to give money. If you do not have money because times are hard right now all over, there is a craftivism project that you could get involved in, and there are free patterns available for cross stitchers, and sharing those, doing those projects and sharing them spreads the word, and it helps to not just alleviate yourself of guilt, but to really sit and think about the situation as you are crafting. That's what a lot of the stuff that we do here on Flosstube is. Not everybody, obviously, but a lot of us pick up projects because we believe in a certain thing and we want to share that with other people. Personally, I have not picked up any new projects. I have not started anything new because again, at the end of the video, I'll give you the life update that, all the stuff that's going on, that's keeping me from crafting at the moment. So just know that there are a lot of things happening in our community right now. Some really great people to watch and to listen to would be Marumi Crafts. Go check out Miriam, her Instagram and her YouTube channel. Michelle Bendy Stitchy also talks at length about these things, and I know that there are I've seen multiple knitters, Nene Nikabi, Fruitful Fusion, for example, have all been sharing charity auctions on their Instagram and raising money for the citizens of Palestine. So, with that said, I firmly stand with both feet on the ground here and say that I do not support genocide in any of its forms. I know about what's happening in Congo as well, and it makes me sick. So please, if you don't know much, There are some books as well that I can give you links to that I'll put in the description box that will help you to understand the history of what's been going on. And it's best to be informed and knowledgeable about these things before speaking on them anyway. But yeah, I stand with Palestine. Now, it is November the 4th as I am recording this. I think it'll go up tomorrow, November 5th, and tomorrow's my dad's birthday, so happy birthday, Dad. 58. Ooh. And I hope you have a wonderful day. If you watch this video at all, I don't think he watches, but if he does, then happy birthday. I will give you a call. If I haven't called you already by the time you've seen this video. Let's start with cross stitch. So last time I have a picture actually, and I'll put it on the screen of where I was last time working on the Mermaids of the Season Stitch Along by Bella Filipina. I am working this on 28 count linen dyed by Bee Stitch Me in the colorway It's a Mystery. And I'm doing this with all the called for colors, the Krynics, and eventually the beads. So that's where I was before, and here is my current progress. So the last time that I shared this project, I only had the tail, and now I have quite a bit of her body done. And it is beautiful. I'll zoom in a little bit. I'm still working on her hair and all the flowers that are happening. And there's no backstitch or beads yet. I'm going to do all of that later. I just want to get the cross stitches in first on all of the 4 mermaids, and then I will do the beading. And I hope to have this done by next year's May Stravaganza. So that is my current progress. She is beautiful. I love her so much. I did have a little bit of a mess up on her arm, her left arm, but I'm looking to just leave that mistake in and work around it. I don't think that anyone's going to notice. And if there are cross-stitch police out there, then arrest me. I've been working on that primarily. That's my main cross-stitch project and my only cross-stitch project for the last 2.5 weeks. I thought about taking out some Halloween stitching, which I have behind me here. This is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I thought I'd show you this because I didn't get a chance to do a Halloween episode. This right here is a FFO, finally or fully finished object. I say finally finished because it takes me so long to get around to it, but this is Midnight Way by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and I adore it. Such a cute stitch. It did take me over a year to do, but it is adorable. And that's just because there's a lot of changing color in this, and I finished this into a really cheap frame that just came from a local kind of bargain store. It's like the dollar store, sorta. Here in Ireland, it's called Mr. Price. And you want to see the back? The back looks like this. So I just tensioned it with some sewing thread and fit it in without a back. Because, you know, for me, it's not necessarily all about how the back looks, just as long as it looks good in the frame. And this is going to be like a temporary frame until I can do something with less margins, or if I can get a mat made for that, because that's a lot of margin on the sides. I'm not a professional framer, so I'm not really worried about it. I just like to stitch. Oh, speaking of backs, I started stitching in 2019, so I am not a professional, and I don't claim to be. I just really enjoy doing it. It relieves a lot of stress. So on this project, I'm going to show you the back. look at that. Most of my stitching is pretty neat, but I'm not going to start and stop threads. Personally, I'm not going to do that, especially when there's something solid behind where these are, or in my case, it's a really dark fabric. When you put a piece of paper behind it, you're not going to see the threads in the background, so I don't worry about it. I wouldn't keep yourself from cross-stitching just because you're not a professional or you didn't go to embroidery school. Like, that's kind of gatekeepy and weird. I think that everybody should be able to enjoy crafts, even if they don't do it perfectly, because for some of us, that's definitely not what it needs to be, right? Right. So, my next project that I like to share with you, I know this is such a quick update, but I have a lot to talk about after I show you these things. The rest of the time has been spent working on my summer sorrel. I am making this project because this is going to be my second ever sweater. It's meant to be a t-shirt, but I'm actually making it as a 3/4 length sleeve sweater if I have enough yarn. And it's beautiful. So hopefully I have put the picture of the original model photo in. I actually saw someone at the Let's Knit Fiber Festival that happened up in Doolin last weekend. I wanted to go so badly, but I have, other Halloween stuff going on, so I wasn't able to attend, but I saw the pictures and somebody else was wearing it and the summer sorrel, and I was just like, at least I think it was the summer sorrel. Anyway, I am pleased to be able to show you my progress on this, if I can find the back. All right, so here is where it was last time. I don't know if this is going to look much different. Actually, it does, because I have to hold it way further back for you to see it this time. Here it is now. You might have seen me wearing this on social media. I did post it on my Instagram, which is Rachel Ray Official, and my Facebook, which is Rachel Ray FB. I'll have links down below if you're interested in following me. But since the last time that I saw you, I'm turning it inside out. Where's my stitch marker? There it is. I have made about 5 inches of progress between there and here. And it's so amazing. I really, really love this yarn. I especially love it when it's actually right side out, because this is the purl side, and look at how beautiful it just pulls. I love it so much. So this yarn is from Curio Yarns or Curio Stitches on YouTube, Instagram, Ravelry, and this is a very, what do you want to call it? Limited edition yarn in the colorway Yennefer that was based off of the Witcher TV series. And I knew when I saw it, I fell in love with it, and I just had to knit with it. A very special project, and that's this. So I have a picture of me wearing this that I'll put it here. I think it's a cringy photo. Other people don't, but thank you for not thinking it's cringe. But of course I do. But it's looking really good. So my plan is to knit another inch or 2 from where I am now, and then I will start the ribbing for the bottom of the body. After that, I'm going to move on to the sleeves. So I have this much, which I think will get me through the ribbing. And then I have one more skein, right? Yeah, it's behind me. I have to check. I have one more skein, so I will use the other skein. I might divide it in half actually and use the skein for half and half and do the sleeves that way. Maybe I can make full sleeves. I'm worried about doing full sleeves though, because the last time that I tried to make full sleeves on a sweater, which was my first and only knit sweater to date, my sleeves are about that long off of my arms. So we'll see. Anyway, I really, really love this project. You can follow along and join me if you would like to start your own. I'm doing a little giveaway, knit along, just a fun little thing. I will give you a pattern of your choice. If you win at the end, basically I'm just gonna see who posts on Instagram with the hashtag, and I'm randomly gonna choose someone using that hashtag on Instagram, and the person that I choose, you don't have to finish or anything like that, but the person that I choose will get a free pattern just for participating. The hashtag is here, Summer Sorrel SCal. So Summer Sorrel Scal. So yeah, join me. It's a really fun knit. And like I said, you don't have to finish it right away. I will be choosing a winner at the end of December. She's beautiful. I love the detail in the neckline. It's stunning. It's stunning. I love it. And again, that's Curio Stitches yarn. So that's it. The only other crafting that I've done in the last 2.5 weeks has been some diamond painting. I'm still not finished with my diamond painting. I was hoping to be able to finish it, but we'll see. I'm planning on putting some time into it tomorrow. And then I will start a new project, which is my own diamond painting. So I have a main channel. It's called Rachel Ray Craft, and I'll make sure that I link that as well, where I talk about diamond painting, because I mostly do diamond painting. This is my side hobby. And I had the pleasure of being approached by my friend Elizabeth at Enablers Outpost, and she saw a watercolor that I made and asked me if I would like to produce it as a diamond painting for sale for other people. And I, of course, said yes. It did take a little bit of time for me to not be so hesitant about sharing my art with the world, but here it is. This is going to be my next project. Right here. Isn't it beautiful? It has all these different colors. So it is originally a watercolor picture, and I promise you it looks so cool when it's done. There's a lot of like beautiful iridescent diamonds that go in here, and we have Cheddar, the kitty here, a little Swiss kitty, and there's also metallic drills that go in the bottom where that kind of like jellyfish thing is. And yeah, I'm super proud of it. I'm really, really glad that people are interested. I will leave a link to this if you are also looking for a diamond painting to do, and it's your style if it's something that you like. But that's going to be my next project that I'm starting right after my current whip. So super exciting. So let's talk about life real quick, because it's about to get hectic, and I'm not going to say that I have plans. I have wishes. I really would like to do Vlogmas, Flossmas, a winter countdown with you all. I have several things that were gifted to me or that I purchased that I would like to share with you every day in December. And I really hope that I'm able to do that this year. There have been multiple Flossmasses where I haven't been around because of life stuff in the past few years. So I'm going to try really hard to make it a priority to come in and make a little video every day and share some really fun stuff with you and share my crafty progress. So there may be daily videos in December, but in November, there will not be. I hope to give you an update before the end of November, like this, a long sit down, chit chat kind of thing. And I hope to share a lot more with you because if and when I have time, I would like to finish my sweater. It's really important to me that I get this done because it's so close. It's so close to being done. So yes, please look forward to some Flossmas. So if you like that sort of thing, make sure that you're subscribed and you have your notifications on so that you'll get the announcement when I make new videos every day. I am going to be moving house very soon. Without bumming everyone out. My husband's parents passed away and willed him their house. So the family home is now our home. And the house that we've lived in for 7.5 years, we need to move out. It's not that we're getting kicked out, but we would like to move so that we don't have to pay rent anymore. It's a huge thing. It's a huge blessing. It's a huge curse. It depends on how you look at it, right? So we are going to be busy. Most of my downtime is more than likely going to be packing, organizing, moving, rearranging, cleaning. You can imagine. 7.5 years of living in a house, and I am not the tidiest person in the world, as you could probably tell by them. I just stack things, So a lot of dusting, yeah. But I hope that it all goes smoothly, and if I don't have an update for you at the end of November, I really do apologize, but I still plan on doing daily videos, or nearly daily if I can't do daily for some reason. For some unknown reason. But I will warn you that I will not be in makeup every day. So you just have me. I will not, I have a Patreon where you can choose to support me if you like. It's just another level of support. Watching the videos is just fine. Don't have to do anything further than that. But if you would like to give a monthly tip, that would be amazing. Or if you would like to sign up and see my vlogs each week, that would be cool too. You get a little glimpse into my real day-to-day personal kind of stuff, life. But I will not be releasing these vlogs straight to Patreon. I'm going to put them right here every day. They're going to go straight up to YouTube so that you can follow along on the daily. That is just something that I've decided to do this year, so I hope that you enjoy. What else? There are 2 books that I am currently reading and one that I finished not long ago. You might have heard me talk about it. It was called The Priory of the Orange Tree. At the beginning, I was very excited about the trajectory of that story, but I have to say that I overall gave it a 3.5 stars out of 5, and I thought that it was too wordy. It was too long. It was literally the length of Lord of the Rings. And even though I really enjoyed the main characters and how they were presented in a queer relationship, which was amazing to see in a book that was recommended to me from Amazon just randomly, and I said yes. I truly think there are more powerful stories out there, and so I'm on the fence about whether that was worth reading or not, especially since some of the side characters, I felt like their stories were more interesting and they didn't get fleshed out, and that was really sad for me. Next up on the table, though, are 2 physical books and 1 audiobook. The one that I hope to start immediately is Britney Spears' new memoir, The Woman in Me. It looks like a very short read, and I've heard some things that are in it, but overall I just wanted to purchase the book so that I could have it, so that I could see for myself and pass that down to someone else who might be interested in reading it. Then I was recommended this book by a TikToker that I follow, and I enjoy watching her. Her name is Cecilia Regina 275. If I remember, I will link her. She talked about this book called The Street by Ann Petrie. You can get this on Amazon, and this is in New York City in the 1940s in Harlem, and it's about a single woman and her son and how they have to kind of build a new life. I think it's a really interesting kind of story from what I've heard about it already. I'm interested to put myself in her shoes and kind of relive what that was like. This was written in 1946, so it's not like, looking back 80 years ago. It's actually someone who was living in that time who talked about what it was really like. And so I am nervous and excited to read this book. If you are interested in that sort of thing, it's very different from what I've currently been reading and what I plan to read or listen to. I did purchase Dune on audiobook as well. I like to have one audiobook on the go at a time, and I've never read Dune ever. So I would like to give it a go. I'd like to see what all the fuss is about. I really love science fiction and fantasy, so it goes in both directions of what I really love to read. A recommendation that I'd like to give you is a book that I read many years ago. It's Ursula Le Guin's The Left Hand of Darkness. If you've not read it before, I highly recommend it. It's about these basically like space explorers that go to a planet, and on this planet are beings who are essentially gender fluid. Sorry, my camera turned off. So they exist in this world that does not have patriarchy, and it is a very interesting sci-fi story. I think that it should be a must-read, especially for teens. I think that it's a great story for teenagers. But anyway, I love young adult fiction anyway, so whatever. Life, other than moving, I have also started going to the gym. I got a personal trainer, and I'm working really hard to strengthen myself, because as I was over in I don't think I talked about this here, so I'm going to shorten it. And if you want to hear more about it, go check out my whip and chat from last week over on my main channel, Rachel Wright Craft. That's where I sit down for like an hour and I talk to you about whatever's on my mind. And last week it was all about my struggles with food over the years and fitness. And so basically I've had to carve myself anew and try to readjust my mental state. I don't know how to explain this. I've had to do a lot of soul searching and a lot of changes in the past few weeks. And because of that, I haven't been able to craft as much. I would say that on average, I spend about 70% of my waking hours thinking about how I'm going to feed myself because I'm so out of practice of eating well. And it's a lot harder for me than you might think. And I do explain in the other video. But the fitness part has been really exciting, and the changes it's been really wonderful to see. And honestly, it's not just like seeing it on the outside, it's feeling it and knowing that like there are things that I can do now that I couldn't do 3 weeks ago. And so I'm celebrating every little victory, and I know that I'm probably sounding like a broken record to the closest people around me, but truthfully, this is a long time coming, and I'm really happy to be finally kind of like focused on on putting myself first and doing this as a form of self-care. Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. I am choosing to prioritize my physical health before it's too late. And I had a scare. I've had many scares over the past few months, this year in particular, but over the last few years as well. But this year it ramped up too much, and I got very, very ill, and I hurt my ankle several times, and there was this little voice in my head that was like, this is it. This is what life's going to be like for the rest of your life. And who's going to take care of you when you're old? And, you're going to have to be in a wheelchair. And like, I heard those things, and I didn't say no at the time because I was in a really bad mental place with all of that. But then I kind of, when I go back to the States to visit my family and my friends, I get this boost every time. And I thought about it deeply for the first time in many years. And I thought, I'm really doing myself a disservice by not taking care of myself. And I said then and there, I was on the train coming back, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to book a personal trainer. I know not everybody is in the same position as me, but I decided that I'm not going to buy anything new. I'm not going to, spend frivolously on anything. I'm going to spend all my money that I have on doing this for myself. So that's where I am, and it's been going really well, and I'm kind of proud of myself for keeping up with it and not just flopping on the floor like a fish, because that's what I feel like doing. That's what I feel like doing, but I don't let myself do that. So that's been my personal life. And there are days where I just want to sit down on the couch and watch. I've been watching that Life on Our Planet, the Netflix documentary with Morgan Freeman as the narrator. So good. So good. I love it. And basically passing out on the couch. That combined with daylight savings time, because I'm so far north, I think we're along the same latitudinal line as like Quebec, parts of Quebec, like up New Brunswick, maybe Nova Scotia or something up here. And so it's starting to get dark. Like it's twilight at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Which is very early. It's 5 o'clock and the lights are all outside, and you're like, okay, well, I guess I gotta make dinner. And I keep finding myself like, thinking, oh, well, I better go make dinner. And then I look at the time and I'm like, it's too early. It's 5:30. It's too early to make dinner, but it's dark out. So we've entered that phase of winter, fall. But winter is not far. Just a few more weeks, and those of you in the States are going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. And I will not be celebrating Thanksgiving. We don't do that here. But we might have a little group of people, like my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, might have a little dinner party, but nothing on the feast standards. But yeah, I think that in December, it's going to be really fun. And I hope that you'll join me, because in those little videos, I already have a countdown calendar that I purchased from Asylum Fibers that I meant to open every day in October. But obviously I was gone for half of October, and I just didn't have it in me to catch up and rush through it. So I've got a countdown box from Asylum Fibers that was meant to be Halloween. I've been a little bit spoiled on it, and I know it's not Halloween colors, so it's fine. I have 2 other countdowns coming. One from my friend So Royal. I will make sure that I link her in the description. She still has some left. There's a Hanukkah countdown and a, I guess, Christmas countdown, but it's not Christmassy, she told us. So there's 2 choices. There's a bright color choice and a soft and subtle color one, and I went with soft and subtle because I have plenty of bright color stuff. And then Fiber Fox as well. And then, do I have it here? It's kind of hiding under there. You may remember that a viewer of mine, a friend over on Twitch, actually set up a daily, like, countdown kind of project for me personally, broke down this pattern and made it so that I could work on it daily, and it's a mystery. I'm very excited to work on that. So I have that project that I'm thinking of starting, but I also, when am I going to have the time for all of this? Anyway, I also have the Evertotes Modern Folk Embroidery Frisian band sampler that I did not finish from last year as well, that I need to work on. And then I have my my other Christmassy projects that I could choose from. But we'll see. We'll see. Next year now, once I'm settled in the new house, I'm looking forward to being able to, focus more and have less stress and be able to do more with the channel, more giveaways and things like that. But at the moment, all of this is going to start getting packed up and moved. So it's going to look a little different, and we'll see where we end up. I might even be outside or in a whole new location for some of the videos that are coming up. But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this video. It's always so good to catch up with you. I hope that you worked well. If you had stitching on you or knitting with you today, I hope that you made some good progress while watching. I do hope that you'll check out the links that I've provided down below concerning Palestine, and I hope that you have a wonderful few weeks until my next update. Hope you take care and you stay safe, and happy stitching. Bye for now.